there is a real push from organisations like ourselves and Generator, who were sort of powered through, to create opportunity for artists in the north and to decentralise the music industry. It's not just about London or Manchester or Liverpool these days. Like, it's about the country nationally and what we can do nationally. We haven't had this sort of support on a large scale before, and bringing this sort of wide range of mentors and industry professionals to the area that people can actually get like real access to. That is what has been missing, and that's what we're trying to improve, and ensuring the longevity of artists' careers. The reason that we're all here and in the music industry is because we love music, and we shouldn't lose sight of that. The showcase is the perfect opportunity to sort of showcase rising talent from the region, successful people who've come through our programs, the funding as well. We shouldn't lose sight of actually what the music industry is about, which is live music.
Welcome back to the Crescendo Podcast, championing emerging artists and people shaping the future of music across the UK and beyond. I'm your host, Trevor, and today is not an episode. It's a very, very big interview that I've always wanted to do with these people. It's crazy. It's not just for the artists, but for anybody trying to understand how the music industry works and behind the scenes stuff. Today we're joined by Olivia Carter, marketing and coordinator at Sonic Futures, an organization doing vital work supporting emerging talent, building infrastructure, and creating real opportunities for artists, particularly in the Tees Valley and in the Northeast. So we'll be diving into everything Sonic Future does, from the artist development to industry access, and we'll be taking a look at their upcoming Hartlepool kind of project thing, the one-day conference bringing together industry professionals, followed by a live showcase featuring two of the rising acts, like one of my favorite bands as well, Marketplace from Hartlepool and Risco from Stockton-on-Tees, both supported by Sonic Futures. So, Olivia, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I mean, the first time we chatted about this, I was just like, I'm trying to get interviews with both bands, and I was like, why not just work together and like do things?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was after Stockton Calling, wasn't it? I think
it was.
You reached out because we just announced our conference and showcase on the night, and you said, "Oh, I've been trying to get interviews with both bands," and I was like, "Yeah, of course, like that would be great." But then I thought, actually, like we'd love to come on and introduce ourselves as well in the work we're doing in the community. So yeah, it's worked out really, really well.
Yeah, and you got him on my podcast. That's the most important thing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, to start things off, Olivia, can you introduce yourself and the role that you do at Sonic Futures, and like, what's your day-to-day look like?
Yes, so I'm Olivia, Marketing and Communications Coordinator at Sonic Futures. It's a pretty new role for me. I've only been in the team about 3 months now, but I'm absolutely loving it. I'm getting really stuck in and meeting everyone, and it's great. My role is pretty varied, as probably a lot of marketing people can relate to. It involves managing content, social media, website content, creating the content, so going to all these amazing festivals we've got on the area, and also the programs that we run, and really just trying to get the word out there of what we're doing and meet people. I think one of the most important parts of my job is meeting people and going out there in the community and actually talking to people. That's what I love doing, and yeah, it's been great so far.
It's good, like, and a new role like has so many kind of challenges and that kind of thing. Like, what would you say was the biggest challenge, like trying to promote things for Sonic Futures at the moment?
The biggest challenge is probably we get quite a lot of people saying that like they didn't know they could enroll on our programs, or like they were waiting for us to reach out to them, and that is something we do. we do outreach, but we are so keen on just people coming to us, any artist, shape or form. Well, not even artists, anyone in the music industry, you know, promoters, um, photographers, videographers, like venue owners, producers, everything. We really, really want to champion. So it's just getting that word out that actually we are there to help everyone, and the music industry is a lot wider than just, you know, artists and bands. So
Yes.
I think, yeah, just trying to instill in people that we are there to help, and in any shape or form as well. You can reach out to us, and we can offer support and guidance where we can.
Yeah, I mean, for people hearing, about Sonic Future for the first time, and for like our listeners, like,
Mhm.
how would you describe the organization based on what you've said, and like, what's the mission within the music industry?
Yeah, so I think a lot of, if you're local and listening, a lot of local artists will agree that the Teesside and sort of northeast music scene hasn't been given the same opportunities as some other areas in the country, such as, you know, London or like your big cities. And so we're here to really champion that community and push that music infrastructure into the area. I think offering these programs and artist development, and actually saying, yeah, as an area we have such a strong um you know, like creative and music sector. That is what we're trying to do. Just, yeah, really champion the area and the artists that are in it.
Yeah, and like speaking of that, there's a lot of artists nowadays who just wanna break through, and like it's pretty difficult now, especially. And like,
Mhm.
what do you think is missing in the industry right now that Sonic Futures are trying to fix?
I think again, it's just championing, can't say the word, championing those local areas, like Tees Valley and Northeast. You know, like I said again, we haven't had this sort of support on a large scale before, and bringing this sort of wide range of mentors and industry professionals to the area that people can actually get like real access to. I think that is what has been missing, and that's what we're trying to improve, and ensuring the longevity of artists' careers. You know, we don't just want people to, you know, start a band or whatever. We want people to have these really strong careers in the industry that, you know, like go on forever, and people can really
Yeah,
see themselves like making a go of things.
yeah, of course. And that's the most important thing, like just supporting people and like getting them out, and
Mhm.
you find just the best people,
Yeah,
like Marketplace and Risco. Like
I know.
there's two different sounds, but it's just
Yeah,
you're
they're
so
both,
thankful that
yeah, such great artists in themselves.
yeah, crazy. All right. Why is regional support, especially in places like Teesside in the Northeast, so important for like, the future of like the whole UK music industry?
Well, I think for starters, as you've just said, we have such strong artists in this area. Like, there's people absolutely smashing it. And
Yeah,
we want to, you know, like, it's great that I do feel like there is a real strong local support system as well. You know, like, you go to all the gigs and things, and there's always the regulars there. Like, there's a strong system there of community. But I think just getting people's audiences further afield as well
yeah,
is what we're trying to do. So if you've got someone regionally who is championing you to do that, and, you know, taking you to festivals that you might not have been or had access to play before, and just giving people that support and access is really important. But doing it, you know, getting some local support where you sort of understand each other, and the artists and mentors and professionals all sort of get each other and get this area, it helps to then push you further afield as well.
yeah, crazy. What does support look like? Well, we're talking about like funding, mentorship stuff. What's the kind of services that you give to like artists who like to branch out?
Yeah, so we've got a whole range of programs that we run. So we run Get Promoting, which has been really successful lately. We've got one more show to come for that. It's not been released yet, but that program was helping, budding promoters with support, like financial support, but also mentoring to put on their own production and show. So we had the Rift Festival. We supported Moz and Jammer with that, which was amazing. 3-day festival. Little Miss Music Northeast, Maddie, we helped her put on a show in Saltburn, which was great. That had 3 local bands on. Who else have we had? Happy Just Listening, The Waiting Room in Eagles Cliff. Yeah, so that one was really, really successful. And again, that's about not just helping the artists, it's about helping those people sort of behind the scenes in the music industry. We also have ran Tech Skills, which is open now again. So our next cohort of Tech Skills is open for applications if anyone's interested. And that is to learn what it says, everything about tech and setting up a production and stage and that behind the scenes activity again, which is a really useful course. We've also got our breakthrough mentors. So that's about if an artist sort of got a song already to release, they'll get paired up with one of our mentors who can help them on like how to best release that song. And again, there's been some really successful stories come from that. We've also got just our general artist mentoring, which anyone can get access to. So again, feel free to reach out. And again, like you say, we run conferences, we run advice sessions. They're just, throughout the year. So keep an eye on socials and website for things like that. But yeah, we're just trying to help people as best we can. And where there might be areas where there is sort of lacking, we sort of identify that.
Yeah. Which is good because it just helps people just to find a space where they can just be like, they can actually think about it as trying to get like a career out of music and that sort of stuff. And like, what's one thing that most emerging artists misunderstand about the music industry, and like, where can you help them with that?
Yeah, so I think like from a personal experience, like I always wanted to be in the creative industries, but I didn't know how to quite access it. I wasn't I'm not an artist, don't claim to be at all, but I loved music and I wanted to be in that industry. And it's like, how do you actually access it if you don't have artists? So I think it's understanding that there actually is a whole host of jobs out there and ways to get into the industry and actually, how to access it, obviously through our programs and through Sonic Futures, but also just like talking to people as well in the music industry. I think there is sometimes a lack of understanding there of how to actually enter it. And, people might think there's this sort of wall and it's like, it's just a group of people who are, together and you can't access it when actually you can. Like, there's a lot of opportunities out there.
Yeah, which is good. And like the work that you guys do is unbelievable. And like just to find like discovering talent everywhere is just the best thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
How important is branding and like communication in today's music landscape, especially with your perspective in marketing, which I'm sure you love the most?
Yeah. So I do think it is so, so important. Like I know a lot of artists maybe don't want to admit it or just don't have the tools, but it is probably one of the most important things in today's landscape. I've managed a few artists' social medias aside from my role at Sonic Futures because I think that like supporting them in that way is so valuable. You can have an absolutely amazing artist and all the artists I've worked with are absolutely incredible, but they might not actually know how to market themselves. And unfortunately, in today's landscape is, you do have to put yourself out there on social media or TikTok and create that like visual identity that's recognizable. I think that's so important. And it's something that I really, really want to push with artists today, because again, you need to stand out in a way. You need to have your own stamp on things. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And so having your own brand and doing the right marketing is, you have to do it. I don't think there's a way out of it nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about the upcoming Hartlepool kind of conference and like
Mm-hmm.
the showcase, like what can attendees expect from the conference itself, and like who are the people, who are the industry professionals involved in the conference?
Wow. Well, it is a full on day. So it
Yeah,
is Thursday, the 1st of May, and it starts. Well, registration opens from 10 a.m. and we've got our amazing town hall host, Daryl Jenkins, radio presenter, DJ, everything. He'll be with us for the full day. And then we've got a whole host of panels. So we've got a panel on DIY careers for the 21st century, which is sort of how do people get into the music industry and what people do to make it happen for themselves. So we've got we've got Connie Rose from Partisan Records. We've got Rob Cannell from Beggars Group, which is also part of Rough Trade Records. We've got Simon
yeah,
Metcalf from AIM. Yeah, we've got loads of people for that one. And then we've also got Beyond Records and Live, which is sort of music and screen, gaming, theatre, which I think is so important these days because gaming is just absolutely on the rise.
yeah,
Music for video games, everything like that. And there is a real big sort of gaming industry in Teesside. And I think Teesside Uni is like one of the best for their gaming course, which is amazing. So we've got Lisa Laws from Northeast Screen there. We've got Alex Lodge, who's like a composer and music director for games. Yeah, full on day. Then we move on to venues and promoters in Tees Valley. So that's sort of if you want to get into promoting in the area and also listen to like the challenges venues can face. If you're a venue owner, come along to that one because I think that one will be really great. We've got Sarah Wilson from Tracks Starlington. We've got Jimmy Beck from Q Stockton. So yeah, you'll be getting some real regional insights on that one. Then we've got regional scenes as cultural brands. So that's how cities and regions develop sort of musical identities in their own area, which I think is a really interesting one. And we've got Charlie Kemp from our Tees Valley Combined Authority there, along with some Yao from London, who's like a music and culture consultant in his own right. And then we've got a few workshops running as well. So we've got the PRSF workshop roundtable, which will be great if you're interested in getting into the funding. We've got Lloyd from PRSF coming for that. And then you can hear from grantees Finn Forster and Robin Erico. We've also got a listening panel with the BBC team. So Shaq will be there along with Adam Cuttin, who's from Interval Records, where people can submit their songs and you'll get like live feedback and things from that. And then we've also got our Northeast Export Office.
yeah,
Sorry, Northern Music Export Office, not just Northeast, which you'll be hearing about like national and international touring and how to get into that and support with that. So yeah, that is the conference in a nutshell, sort of. But yeah, so it's going to be a great day.
yeah. It's gonna be a great and very busy day.
Yeah.
It's always busy, isn't it? Like, but yeah, I mean, you talk about the Northern Export as well. Like, I'm very good friends with Lauren Heath, which I've interviewed
Mm.
a while back. Very good friends. We go to the same pub basically,
Dear.
and yeah, we go to the same pub, and we're just staring at each other, trying to gonna do an interview. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
so funny.
Lauren's been
Anyways,
with us from like the start of Sonic Futures, really. They're great. Yeah.
yeah, brilliant.
They've just been to Japan with us and South by Southwest Texas. Yeah, real good stuff.
Yeah, great. And like, why should any kind of up and coming independent artist or band make the effort to like come to these things, or anybody in general who wants to start
Mhm.
going into the creative industries?
I think from what I've just said, it's the range of people that are going to be there that you're going to get first hand access to that you might not always get in one place. It's going to be one day, but there's going to be so much on and so much sort of experience in the room that you can touch on and touch base with, and just getting those contacts and networking as well. I'm a real believer in networking, and talking to people is the best way to sort of get your foot in the door places and get advice as well. So yeah, I think there's just going to be some great insights there, and I think it caters to whatever your sort of sector of music is, whether you are a promoter and want to put on gigs, you can come and listen to that panel. Or if you're into, gaming, TV, composing, there's some that, there'll be people there and there's a panel there for you. As well as if you've got a new song coming out or a demo that you might want to get some feedback on, you can submit your songs to the BBC team, which again isn't an experience you get a lot, you don't get access to. So I think, yeah, there's just some real sort of exclusive access points you can have that are going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people are there, so like you can just literally just talk to them, and
Yeah,
it
exactly.
makes it so interesting as well. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I think like because it's a conference, and then we've got also the showcase as well, it's going to be like a real big event of just like getting to know people and getting to know the people in the music industry, not just from our area either, from national as well. Yeah.
And meet Robin Erico, which was my second ever guest in my
Really? Was
podcast.
she?
It was so random. I went to Amelia Cobur's gig in the St.
She's a
Mary's
keyboard player.
Cathedral.
Yeah.
Yes, and she's a keyboard player, and that's how I really started, trying to get people in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just
Robin's great.
yeah,
We've just been to
Robin.
Wales with her for Focus Wales and
Yeah,
did a great set.
great. Yeah. Okay. A drinks break.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no worries. I was thinking, is it
Yeah,
gonna be?
it's a time. Yeah, it's about time. It's about 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm counting time. Anyways, okay.
Mhm.
I mean, this big kind of conference as well is, the showcase is on in the evening, the live showcase. Like, can you tell us how the decision came about to like feature both Marketplace and Risco in that kind of showcase?
Yeah, so like I've said, we've worked with Marketplace and Risco pretty much from the start of the Sonic Futures project. They've always been involved. They've done a lot of programs with us. We've just took Marketplace to Austin, South by Southwest, Texas, and also go to New Colossus in New York. So like we're pretty familiar with working with both artists. And this one is sort of a PRSF spotlight. So the
Sure.
PRS Foundation, they've both been of the PPL Momentum Accelerator Fund for Tees Valley. They've both been grantees for it. So we wanted to put on something to highlight the sort of what they've done with their funding and how they've grown as artists, which has been amazing. So yeah, that's how we sort of came to the decision for those two artists.
Starting with Marketplace, like what makes them stand out in like Hartlepool in the music scene right now?
Yeah, so I think Marketplace have sort of slowly been building momentum for a couple of years now. And they've recently sold out the Studio, another venue in Hartlepool, for the biggest show to date. And they've also gone from their hometown to like these big international showcases. I mean, they've got great streaming stats on Spotify as well. And I think they've really been working at it. And this last couple of years it's came into fruition for them. So I think it's great. This one that we're hosting will now be their biggest hometown show, which I think is like a real pivotal point for them. And it's really great to showcase that.
Yeah. And like, you've always supported them like from the beginning, as you said. Like, how has Sonic Futures supported their journey, and like, what are the things that just came out into fruition from it?
Yeah, so I think mostly with Marketplace, it is sending them to these showcases, these international showcases. It's really helped like reach their audience, like new audiences. We've also got, we're a big supporter of their manager too, David McNabb, who also got the PRSF funding, but as an industry professional. So
Okay.
we've just supported them as a whole team, really. And yeah, making sure they've got that funding, helping them get the funding, helping them reach new audiences. It has been the biggest thing for Marketplace because they've got great songs and they've always been release ready. So it's just helping them push that elsewhere.
Yeah. And I mean, let's go to Risco as well. Like, what drew you guys to go and support them, especially like when you look at the whole like Stockton on Tees kind of
Hmm.
music industry is getting bigger and bigger, and there's so many venues there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Risco, again, they've been with us from like the beginning of Sonic Futures project. They're such grafters. Like you'll see them in queue basically every week, doing
yeah,
what they can. And I think it's absolutely great. But they've also taken part in a lot of our programs. So they took part in our breakthrough program and our artist career development program. So we paired them with mentors and again helped them with releasing their singles and things. But I think when you think of Risco, I always think like they are Stockton on Tees at the minute.
yeah,
Like they are, yeah, they're great, and they've got such a unique look and sound and stage presence as well. Like they're not one to be missed watching live. They're definitely prominent live. Yeah.
yeah. And you have so many artists already in the catalog
Mhm.
that you support. Do you like kind of suggest to them like how to like have their own kind of sound and like how to be different from other people? Because sometimes you just listen to the same kind of ideas.
Yeah, I think that's where our mentoring comes in. So we have a lot of different mentors across a lot of like different music genres. So we'll pair the artist with the mentor. And I think that's where the mentor really comes in and steps in and helps them sort of find their own way in the industry and help them differentiate their sound and look and brand and whatever else. I think that is where the sort of mentoring is really valuable for our artists and making sure we pair them with the right mentor as well.
Yeah. I mean, mentorship is always important.
Mm.
Like we can literally see that in the music.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, when I went to Stockton Calling and saw them for the first time, I was just blown away with
Yeah,
like
I know.
how good their kind of control of the space was. Like,
Hmm.
so KU Stockton, I mean, kudos to them to having them, but the space was, smaller than most places, and it
Yeah,
was packed to the rafters listening to
yeah.
them.
I think one thing about Q is, yeah, like you said, the stage space isn't massive, but the right artist can really command the stage
Yeah,
from it and the
yeah,
audience. Like it can be really, really impactful. Yeah.
yeah, great. What can audiences expect from both bands on the night, and how would you do things?
Think if you've never seen them before, both bands, they're different, but I'm gonna keep this short. They've got a lot of energy. They've got so much energy and so much again stage presence. Definitely bands to be not to be missed live. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave it at.
Yeah. I mean, the whole kind of project, the conference and the showcase is just a place where people can just come and just
Hmm.
find out about what it's like to do things in the creative industry. But,
Hmm.
why is it important to pair like these two things together to like to bring people together and like help them find their voice in like a huge music industry that we face today?
Yeah, well, although it is great to have a full day talking about music and listening to music professionals and talking with people, the reason that we're all here and in the music industry is because we love music and we shouldn't lose sight of that. The showcase is like the perfect opportunity to sort of showcase like real rising talent from the region and to also show like successful people who've come through our programs, who've got the funding as well. And yeah, we shouldn't lose sight of actually what the music industry is about, which is live music. Yeah.
Of course. And that's the most important thing, isn't it? Like from your perspective, how is the music industry evolving right now for like independent artists, and what role does the organization play in shaping the future of like the whole kind of north northeast or north
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
industry?
I think there is like a real push from organisations like ourselves and Generator, who were sort of powered through, to create opportunity for artists in the north and to decentralise the music industry. It's not just about, London or Manchester or Liverpool these days. Like it's about the country nationally and what we can do nationally. We've had a huge amount of backing from the Tees Valley Combined Authority to make this happen. And I think it's a real pivotal time and a time full of momentum for the music industry at the minute to show that, you know, we can actually make things happen for our artists in this area. And, you know, you can be really, really successful. And it's not just about the artists from London. It's actually about, you know, these sort of hidden areas in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you could give one piece of advice to any artist or band trying to break into the music industry, like especially this year, what would it be?
Well, there's only one thing. Get in touch with Sonic Futures.
That's a great answer, isn't it? Honestly. Yeah. And like be brave, you know.
Yeah.
Be brave.
No, honestly, do get in touch with us. But if there's anything else I'm going to say, it's to, be brave, take the leap and talk to people. You know, give us a DM, give me a DM, you know, like give you a DM, like just get in touch with people. Like we're all here for each other and we're all here trying to champion each other. So apart from getting in touch with Sonic Futures, that's what you should do as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And what's next for Sonic Futures after this Hartlepool event, the whole thing?
Again, so we're going to continue with our programming. We've got another round of Get Promoting coming up. We've got another round of tech skills coming up, ongoing breakthrough. That's just ongoing. Get in touch with us whenever artists are ready to release songs. We've got, on the generator side of things, we've got The Great Escape happening this week, which we're hosting a Northern Soundstage on. We've got Kendall Calling as well. We've got Stendhal Festival, which we're sending some artists to, Tees Valley artists to. So just really trying to get artists out there. Also, for me personally, in my role, I'll be out at the festivals, talking to people, interviewing artists and things like that. So if you ever see me about, definitely come over and say hi. So there's always something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so important, like before I end, like it's so important to bring people like not just playing around here in the north, but like to bring into like so many festivals and like the amount of exposure that you get from other places is crazy.
Yeah. There's so many festivals, like even regionally, like even just in Tees Valley or, you know, the Northeast, but all over the country, there's so many festivals. So that, I mean, even before I started this job, I didn't know of. So definitely do your research and get on those apply to play links. Yeah.
Olivia, it's been amazing having you on and like getting to see the behind the scenes look at what Sonic Future does for everybody. For anybody who's watching or listening, like be brave, like she says, like be brave. And if you're an artist, creative, or somebody who just looking to have a future in music or the creative industries, like this Hartlepool event is the place to go, to be fair. If you're around here, please come and you can also follow Sonic Futures for any updates and like keep an eye on Marketplace and Risco, where anything that they release and like it's just discover new music through like, you know, Sonic Futures and the things that they do. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much, Olivia, for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.